Even better. Hi, Ginger.
An intimate group. Yes.
Yes, it is.
How are you?
All
Hey,
right.
Ginger.
So we've got 71 on here now already. So that's wonderful.
Nice.
And yes, well, I think we'll just go ahead and get started then.
Okay.
Uh, hey, hello everyone, ladies, and it's so exciting to be here today at our Inspire a Women's Mentoring Group. And I have been talking to Valerie this morning, and thank you, Valerie, for always opening up these meetings. And it's really great having you here. And from the very beginning of Inspire, and Ginger was at the beginning too. Yeah, she was one at the first session that we had in Las Vegas in 2018 or 19.
I was
Flies.
with you when we started the whole idea way back in California and San Diego.
Exactly. As I just told them I had an idea, and man, in 30 minutes, Ginger and Laura we started. It was wonderful. It was
You
so
told the right
exciting.
people your idea.
Exactly. And it is exciting. And thank you, ladies, for attending, because we know that Ginger is going to help us just get a little bit closer to the top of your profession. And we'll do this one every month. And it's, just 30 minutes, but it just gets you a little bit closer to where you want to be. And I want to, before that, Valerie, would you tell them a little bit about that hive that you have every week and in your podcast? And I will tell you, I listened to
Jason?
Valerie's podcast on
yeah.
Mother's Day, and it was just so wonderful. It was inspiring, and I just thought anybody that can, go and listen to the podcast, they'll love it.
Oh,
Valerie,
well,
tell them about
thank you.
hive.
Sure. And I apologize, I'm not on video. I'm working from home. So NAMB Hive is our new online community. Ginger actually is a contributor. We have a whole AI section that Ginger is constantly contributing to. And also in that, it's under the classroom section, we have all of the inspires from the last 2 years are all posted there, as well as any of our webinars that we do that are career enrichment or educational in nature, they're all posted there. But I'm going to drop a link in the chat for if you're not a member of our online community, you can join. And I'll put that in the chat. And thanks for mentioning my podcast, Val's Vibe. I do post on social, my YouTube channel. So I'll post that in the chat too. But thank you very much.
And like I told you, she has some great little ideas on hive. I've passed one on to my daughter about skin. I mean, it's everything. So we're helping people in many ways. We certainly are. And we do have our little leadership, which is Valerie and Chelsea Baylock and Laura Brandeo, and they're not on today, Laura and Chelsea, but Chelsea is a leader of our one-on-one mentorship program. So if anybody's interested in that, that'll be great. But we don't have but 30 minutes. So I tell you what, we're going to get to Ginger Bell, which, yes, she is not only an Emmy Award winner, but she has a telly, and she's written lots of books. And like I said, I don't even know that she even knows how many she's written and what all she's done. She's done so much, I can tell you. And she is wonderful. She's the founder of that Edu Marketing. And right now she's doing she's CEO of the Go-To Training. And she has trained more people across this nation than probably anybody that I know. So in the mortgage industry. And so I'm going to turn this over to Ginger, and I'm excited to hear what she's got to say today about AI.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Linda. It's always so good to see you. And thank you, Valerie. I'm going to have to listen to that podcast episode. And I love the Hive. So the Hive is great. There's so many great things in there. I love it's all together. So if you're not on there, go get on there. So we did an AI session last year. And so Linda called me and said, we want you to do another one. And so I thought, okay, last year we really got into, how to do prompting and, how to get into ChatGPT. And so this year I decided, we've had a lot of advancements, Linda. I mean, it's amazing how many advancements we've seen in different AI technologies. And so Well, what I wanted to do is to really just focus in on some of the tools you can use in your business. And I've selected a few, but I have a pretty comprehensive list. And I've made a handout of all these. I think I've got almost like 40 different things that are very focused you can use in your mortgage business. And that was my goal. I created a directory a couple years ago when AI first started coming out, because I was getting people, Linda, that was asking me all the time, what AI tool can help me take a video and put it into a blog post? And what can I do, photos on? And so I was getting so many emails. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to make a directory. So I have an AI directory. It's called aibeehive.com. We've been working on it for a couple years. And so we have a lot of different ideas there, different connections for AI tools you can use in your business. And so everything that I'm talking about today, you can find at the AI Beehive. And so what I wanted to focus on is really, what are the benefits of AI in your business? And I'm not talking about just ChatGPT. I'm talking about all the different tools that we're seeing. So there's things that you can do, and I've been consulting with a lot of different AI companies, kind of helping them come to market for the mortgage industry. And one of the things, Linda, I'm seeing the most right now is a lot of efficiency and automation. And it's so exciting because this is what we were hoping for, is something to make our life easier, not replacing the things you're doing, but helping you do them better. And it's like, you think about, I mean, when I got started in the business, Linda, I remember walking into I started in wholesale, walking into the office and having at the back of the office where there was like 10 fax machines. And the account executives would, honest to God, stand there with a flyer, type in a fax number, put the flyer in, and remember the sound the fax machine would make, right? And that buzz, and then it would go over. And it's like, guess what? We don't do that anymore. And some of you on this call may have never even seen anything like that. But that's how we used to do it. And that's the thing that AI, and I want you to think about that. It's like, it's not replacing you, it's making your life better. And so the things that you can think about harnessing AI in your business, and a lot of it we're seeing, some of the things I'm going to share with you are automating routine tasks. So repetitive tasks, just like, we don't send a fax anymore. We send an email or we post on social media. So things that can free up some of your resources, some of your time. The other thing is providing a lot of analysis into data. We have so much data available to us, but how do we use it? And it's exciting because there's CRMs now that are pulling in data, and you can really hone into, your ideal client and what they look like and what they think. And so those are some of the things that we're seeing that you can use AI with. Enhancing your customer interactions. I'm going to share with you a tool that I'm super excited about. It's amazing what it does, but it really can help you not only to free up some of your time, but provide a better customer experience. And really, it's all about driving innovation, right? So let's dive in. And what I did is I divided this into different categories, and you will have an opportunity. I'll send you a copy of the slide deck, Linda, Valerie, you can send that out to everyone. I do have a link where you can get some handouts that I have, but these are all listed there. And so I divided it into AI, to mortgage tools for AI, for real estate, and then for video, and then for communication, and for writing. So these are some of the ones that I handpicked for your mortgage AI tools. And the first one is Macy 365. And I'm going to show you an example a little bit on what that is. But what it is an AI-powered assistant for mortgage workflows and client engagement. And it really is amazing what it can do to free up some of your time for calls and for follow-up. The next is called True AI, and this is an automation. It helps with your loan processing as far as reading documentation, putting the documentation together. The next is Be in Touch Mortgage AI, and so this also has some tasks for your CRM, your content. It can grade your leads, so just what I talked about as far as looking at your data, taking that information and making it relevant to your marketing. Prudent AI is a new one. I have a friend that just went over there, Paul Gillespie, and I'm excited about some of the things that they're doing because it provides AI credit decisioning for lenders and underwriters. And so it's one of those things that can help to fix income documents, loan documents. It reads through that, it analyzes and analyzes it, but it can help to free up some of that time and the paperwork we have. The Coop AI, this is from a great friend of mine, Ken Perry. And what's cool with his is it also includes some of your compliance training as well. But they have created an AI tool where you can type in a question. They have all the guides in there, Linda. They have FHA, they have VA, they have Fannie, they have Freddie. So if you have a scenario question, you can type it in there and it'll read through the guides and it'll tell you what the best scenario is and maybe what are some of the questions you need to ask and the pitfalls and things like that. The next is called MoveTube. This is one that Frank Garay has been building for several years, and they've integrated AI. And I just talked to him the other day, and they're building in some more AI tools. But, you know, we're seeing changes. People are actually watching and searching for properties on their TV. And so just like you can watch YouTube on your TV, this is MoveTube. And so they can actually stream through listings. And the cool thing about what they've done with MoveTube is a realtor cannot get MoveTube without a loan officer. So you have to be connected to a loan officer as a real estate agent in order to get this. And I love Frank that he did this. And so this is a great thing. I think they do it by areas, but there's a lot of AI tools they've incorporated in it for listings. So you can find out about that. And the next one is called Shape Software. And this is a CRM, also texting, but it allows you to put everything into one place and it automates a lot of the processes. Okay, and I'm going to keep, are you going to keep an eye on questions for me if they come up along the way, Linda? You can let me know. Okay, I actually have 2 slides for real estate AI tools, and we have fewer in the mortgage industry, I hate to say, because we're, you know, I don't know if we're behind the curveball. They tend to make more for real estate. I mean, it's just always how it is. But I think because of properties and things like that, that's why I'm seeing more as far as real estate AI tools. The reason I put them in here is because this gives you as a loan officer, when you call a real estate agent, it's a reason to call them. And I always look for that instead of making calls like, hey, you know, are you selling any houses lately? You can call and say, hey, you know, Linda, I'm just checking in with you. By the way, I was just on this great AI webinar and they had a list of some of these AI tools. What are you using for AI right now? Have you heard about listing AI? It can generate listing brochures. Chat Realtor, it's an AI chat bot that will actually book the real estate appointments and sync with listing platforms. So it takes them, again, it automates one of those processes. There's a lot of different staging apps. So there's virtual staging, there's Stager AI. The REST B, it automatically tags images. So if they have a listing, it can tag it, and then it can write the property description. So they don't have to go in and write those property descriptions. Another is, it's called ReAlpha, and it's a platform using AI to help customers to be able to identify and buy investment properties. And then the next slide I have for the real estate listing AI, it's going to create some of those listing descriptions. Super Realtor AI, it manages lead responses and it follow-ups across different platforms. Zara, another listing, so descriptions for listing. Real estate content, this one generates and schedules the social media content for agents, so it can help them to do that. Reimagine Home, it offers virtual stagings, interior design. So if they have a property that isn't staged, they can build that in some of their pictures, give ideas. And then the last one I have is called Style Dot, and it creates branded real estate videos in minutes. So they could take a listing, load it in there, it'll create a video of that listing. So these are some of the really cool tools that you can talk to your real estate agents about. And then next, video, you know, I love video. So of course I'm going to throw it in there. I've played around with a lot of these. Pipit is really cool. It allows you to convert any website link into marketing videos. posters, avatars, things like that. You need to make sure you have the authority that you own the website. So you can't just go grabbing website links. But if you have content on your website, it can allow you to do that. Steve.ai, it takes text and it converts it into animated action videos. So if you want to put some other videos besides you talking, you can do that. Rask, I'm going to show this. This is something that's really cool that will help you if you speak other languages. And so also let me know, type in the chat and let me know how many of you do speak more than one language. So you're bilingual or trilingual, and you have that ability to market. Okay, so yes, I'm seeing a lot of bilingual, trilingual, quadlingual. Really, I love it. Okay, you guys are going to love Rask. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I was totally blown away by this. Hey Jen. Hey Jen is so cool because Hey Jen allows you to actually have an avatar, and it's gotten pretty darn good. I've been playing around with it for the past year. For a long time, I was like, I can tell you're AI. I don't love you. But it's gotten a lot better. I made 2 videos with it yesterday, and was happy with the outcome. Another one that's good, it's called Wondershare, and these are real estate specific video templates. And so if you want to bring in some different real estate into your marketing, you can use that. The AI Studios by Deep Brain, this is an AI avatar and voiceover for your real estate videos. Be Human, similar to what Hey Jen is as far as the avatars, but allows you to create, especially if you're doing like a course, if you're doing maybe a VA course or something like that, it's a good thing to use for that. Pictory, it auto-generates short videos from long content. So Val, you're doing your podcast. You could put some short, pull some short, things out of your podcast. And then the last one is Promo AI. I like this one because it allows you to put in a prompt and it'll create a lot of very short little videos. You're not in it, and I want you in video. So this is not a replacement. This is something to augment what you're doing, but it'll do it for an entire month. And so it's really cool, some of the things that it'll do. Okay. Oh, thanks for putting that in there. Okay, so the content, and if you're using ChatGPT, that's a great thing for writing content. These are some other options. So one is Write Sonic. It's an SEO optimized content and ad copy. So if you want to do SEO, anything for SEO for your website, if you're doing ads on Facebook, this is something that you can do and use. Quill Genius, it's an AI writer with speech to text tools. So you can just talk into it and it'll text. So it's something that's, again, it's automation. Blaze Writing Generator assists in creating and optimizing online marketing campaigns. Jasper, I used Jasper before ChatGPT even came out, and they had some of their large language model in there. And then with Chat, they really enhanced it. So you can do a lot of different things from product descriptions, e-commerce platforms in Jasper. Surfer SEO, this is going to help you to improve your SEO performance. And then Copy AI, it is used to streamline some of your processes, gets into some of that data, and we talked about that. So analyzing data. So if there's data you're getting maybe for real estate agents in your area and you want to be able to analyze some of that, it can help be able to do that and tell you where you're going to pull that into some of your revenue cycles. Okay, and the last thing is time management. We all have, so one thing we all have the same of, we have the same number of hours in a day. And so it's important to be able to manage that. And so these are some tools to do this. So the first one is called Coco Note. And this is one, it's used by a lot of students. And they actually recommend it for students that have ADHD because they can actually record a lecture and it'll give a synopsis of the notes. It'll also create test questions for them. So it'll help them to prepare for tests and things like that. When I saw it, it's like, oh my gosh, I can take this to a conference and I can just hit and it'll record the entire lecture or the entire presentation. And then it'll give you a synopsis of all the notes. And it's like, I'm thinking, Linda, this would be cool to use at, the conferences and be able to share the notes with everyone who attended, right? I mean, that'd be a really cool thing. Crisp, it automatically transcribes and summarizes your online meetings, and so easy to share for that. Microsoft Copilot, and some of you may already be using this as a Microsoft product, but it's a secure AI chat, and it's actually powered by ChatGPT, and it can help you as far as your email writing, your things you're writing on Word. I mean, just kind of is an overlay that sits there. Otter. And some of you I know use Otter already with Zoom. I see you using that, but it allows you to connect it into your meetings, and then you can get the transcripts. Reclaim, this is an AI calendar. And so this focuses on automating your scheduling, optimizing your calendar, managing your to-do list. And the last one, very similar, is called Clockwise. So it also automates your schedule, manages your calendar, and also syncs with your team members. Okay, so I want to show you. So my bilingual friends who are on here, this is called Rask, and I want you to go look at this. First of all, I want you to make videos, okay? The great thing about this is you can take a video, you can record it in English, you upload it into Rask, and it automatically converts it into whatever language, and it dubs it, so it like voiceover. So the video, I did this with a video of a friend of mine's, and he does Social Security analysis and Medicare. And so he had a video he did. It does have the captions in English, but if you did it without the captions, it would actually put the captions on in another language as well. But I didn't have it do that. But listen, and hopefully you can hear this. So let me know if you can.
Pensando en vender tu casa,
Can you hear it?
desglosemos
Yes.
el impacto financiero, que incluye impuestos sobre las ganancias de capital y otros factores a tener en cuenta. Al vender tu casa, podrías obtener una exclusión de ganancias. Si has estado viviendo en tu casa durante al menos 2 de los últimos 5 años, puedes excluir hasta si eres soltero o si eres casado. Si tus ganancias son mayores que estos límites, podrías tener que pagar impuestos sobre la diferencia. Y no olvides otros costos, como comisiones inmobiliarias, tarifas de cierre y posibles reparaciones para preparar tu casa para la venta. Si piensas en mudarte o en reducir tu hogar, considera cómo los ingresos se integrarán en tu plan de retiro.
Okay, I'm not going to have the whole thing.
Amazing.
Pretty cool, right? And
Yes.
he does not speak any Spanish.
Wow.
And so when I saw that, it's like, wow, you think about so many times, and especially if, you're trilingual or polylingual. I mean, it's like how, and I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know how correct it is. I do have a client that we do his newsletter in both English and Spanish, and we honestly put it into chat, and he said it's pretty good. So you'd have to take a listen to it and see. But honestly, just the fact that it can do that, and it's just getting better and better and better and better, right?
Wow.
And that's the thing we're seeing a lot of these improvements on is in the avatar. So the next thing I want to talk about is Macy 365. So this is the one, when I saw this, it's like, this is a game changer. And so Macy is an avatar. It's what, and I'll show you some of the examples, but Macy made a special message just for this group.
Hello, amazing women of the NAMB Inspired Group. I'm Macy, your AI-powered teammate designed to help you grow your mortgage business smarter, faster, and with less stress. Whether it's managing client follow-ups, streamlining your workflow, or delivering personalized outreach, I make sure no opportunity is missed. Think of me as your 24/7 AI-powered sales teammate, fully trained in mortgage, ready to jump in and work for you. I'm here 24/7 so you can focus on what matters most, building relationships, growing your brand, and leading with confidence. You inspire change. Together, we're unstoppable. If you want to be part of the future and want to transform your organization, Macy 365 may be the right fit for you. Let's revolutionize how you work, one smart step at a time.
Amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Amazing.
So one of the things Macy does, and this is why I was so excited about it, is she basically, Linda, becomes your assistant. And so you upload your list in there, and she connects with a lot of different things. I'm not going to do a whole presentation on her, and I honestly don't know everything that she does. But what I liked is one of the things that we see in our industry is missed opportunities. And they happen because of lack of follow-up, not because you don't want to, but because you're busy. But the reality is 2% of sales happen on the very first contact. 80% of sales require 5 to 10 follow-ups. And 44% of salespeople give up after just one follow-up. And again, not because you mean to, but it's because we get busy and you forget, right? So if you can have someone that doesn't forget and automatically does it and does it in a great voice and style and friendly, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to give you an example, and this is a refinance call sample.
Hello. Hey, Catherine. This is Macy, the AI loan coordinator from ABC Mortgage. Kieran Shaw asked me to give you a call. How's it going? Hi, it's going fine. That's great to hear. So I'm calling because home values in Atlanta have increased significantly recently. This means you might have more equity in your home that you can potentially use. Would you like to find out more about this opportunity? How do I find out what the value of my home is?
Okay, and I'm not going to go through that whole thing, but it's like the quality is pretty good. The other thing that Macy does is she texts. And so again, it's one of those things, and these are already built out. It has your branding and it has your information on it, but it's the AI. Now, Macy only speaks in English, but on the texting, she can do this multilingual as well. So she can also do right now Spanish. I know they're working on some other languages. So if you are bilingual, this is a great tool to be able to use, and it can automate some of your lead engagement. It can also follow up on your abandoned loan applications.
Dream team at First Option Mortgage. Lee Sykes asked me to give you a call. You started a loan application in our online portal but didn't complete it. Just so you know, this call may be recorded for quality and training purposes. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's fine. All right, thanks. So I wanted to check in and see if you need any help moving forward with your...
So the whole idea, so how many times you get what? An abandoned loan application. She will automatically call and have that conversation. She does nothing as far as giving any information as far as loan products, pricing, or anything like that. Her only goal is to get an appointment set. And she actually will set that appointment and put it on your calendar so you don't have to do anything. And so that's why I think you can probably see why I'm so excited about this, because it's like, that's huge. When you think about taking that off of your plate. And Linda, I had reached out to you and I said, we talked about somebody, some people to test this out. So we can talk about that. But I mean, it's really cool. She is available now. She is constantly improving. And I think she does a pretty good job right now. So, and you guys let me know what you think. But Macy says AI is not an idea for the future, and AI is now. So I do have handouts. I'm going to send you a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. I'll send you a copy of the handouts. If you want to get the handouts, you can scan the QR code. And then I'll send you a copy of the handouts, but I have the AI tools. So all the tools that I went through, Linda, are all in one handout. And I also included the ChatGPT prompts for mortgage and real estate. And then I have a Winning with AI playbook that goes through how to use ChatGPT. So those things are all right there. And then, of course, go to AI Beehive. It's free. You can go there. Everything I talked about is on there. There's a whole bunch of other tools, so it's not everything that we have there. And I think I've got 2 minutes for questions.
I'm sure somebody's got some questions, and this is fantastic information. I just love it. And I know they can also go to NAMB.org and get the whole presentation too under Inspire. So, but yes, anybody want to speak up?
I'd have to, they'd have
Are
to
you
raise
real or
their hand.
AI? I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said, because we're doing this as a webinar, they'd have to raise their hand.
Yeah. No, Scott posted in there, are you real or AI? I'm real. But it's getting really good. It's like crazy how good it's getting, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, NAMB, we use a similar tool to Macy for our renewals. We just started using it a couple weeks ago, and we're kind of in the beta testing. But we have a system that will call if your membership has expired. It can answer questions. It also, if you're ready to renew, it can do a transfer straight to myself to help with the renewal process. And so we're testing it for some other things, but so far it's almost kind of freaky, like how
Yeah.
well it's working. So
It's crazy, isn't it? When I saw it, like
so they said they
game
got a call
changer.
today.
They said, pardon me?
They got a call today from the AI. So we do have a couple of questions posted in the Q&A.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys want to, if you're interested in doing a test on, I'm just going to put my email up here, a test on Macy, shoot me an email. It's ginger@GoToTraining. And I'll talk to Joe, and we can put together a thing and do a presentation on it and go through it. But it's a great tool. And here's the thing too, and this is what I love. You know, when you meet people and you can just tell they really care about the industry and making a change, making a difference. That's Joe and that's Karen, and that's who are some of the people that are behind Macy. But it's just, it's really very refreshing that they've been able to accomplish and really, really want to make a difference. And so I was super excited. Rask, I mean, that's why I pulled those two out. It's like those two are two things that I see for us in the industry that can really help, first of all, Rask to be able to educate in other languages, because we've always struggled with that, right? And then obviously to free up time. So I think those are the two things. Okay, I did throw, so George, yeah, they'll do a live transfer too. Okay, so I threw the presentation up there, and then before we go, let me grab the handouts real quick. I think I can do multiple at a time. Nope, I can't. I'll have to put them up there one at a time. And then I'll send them to you guys. I'll send them to you, Valerie, and if you want to send them out to the list, you can, or if you want to just put them in the hive, you can do that too.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Valerie, can we send it to the people that are on this call?
Yeah, yes.
Let's do that. Let's do that. That is exciting. And it is 12:32, so it is time to end our session. And I want everybody to come back next month for another session on Inspire, a women's mentoring group. And thank you all for attending. And thank you so much, Ginger. It's so much information. It's hard.
It is, yeah.
I know. Thank you. So Valerie has ended the session. And we certainly appreciate everything that you both do. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I
Thanks,
loved
guys.
it. I loved
Thank
it.
you.
Have a great day. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.